Hello, YouTube! So, a couple little things before we get started in this. First of all, I want to personally say a thank you to the people who follow Deathbattle, because without you guys, I would not have made partner. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. You've given me so much on YouTube and everything. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Now, enough of that. Deathbattle, Bakugo versus Reze. Now, my predictions. Reze. Star and I just watched the Chainsaw Man movie, so Reze's feats are fresher in my head. Your money's on Bakugo? Ah. Reze's feats are fresher in my head. And just based on her capabilities alone, I give all my money on Reze. However, that being said, I'm pretty sure Bakugo could potentially pull out a win if they are giving him one for all, which I'm pretty sure they are. Without one for all, it's a Reze win. With one for all, it's a Bakugo win. But barely. Reze's OP. Reze's so powerful. What the hell? So, let's find out. I'm excited. So, let's go.
Well, look who's here.
You guys got yourselves U2s? Awesome. That's amazing. I can't wait till I can potentially look into getting a U2s. That would be so fun. Getting a little plushy me. Ooh, they're going for the sprite animations. Those are some of my favorites. I love them.
Bakugo versus Reze.
The god of explosions versus the bomb devil.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah. Hi, Wiz. Hi, Boomstick.
Ah, Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning, the rush of the shockwave, the flash of combustion. I love it when stuff goes boom.
And no one...
Oh. What are you doing here, you son of a bitch? Get out of here, you stupid bot. Fucking clankas.
knows that feeling better than Katsuki Bakugo.
When your name literally means powerful bomb, it's...
That's funny. I didn't know that that's what his name actually meant. Real name, Katsuki Bakugo. Real name, Katsuki Bakugo. Height, 5'8". Damn, he's actually kind of tall. 172 centimeters. Age, 25. Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to be with him having one for all. Birthday. Oh, April 20th? Bakugo's an April baby? That explains so much. He's the 5th ranked pro hero. Okay. Quirk, explosion! Alias, bombshell hero. Great explosion, murder god, dynamite. Great explosion, murder god, dynamite. That's amazing. I still can't. Well, Bakugo doesn't have one for all. Isn't that Deku? I've never watched this show. Spoilers. Well. Likes winning, blowing stuff up, and Kirishima. Oh, right. Kirishima's one of the other guys.
No wonder he was born with the quirk, explosion. It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his palms. I can only dream of having hands that rad.
Quirks are...
It's not specifically his palms. He actually sweats out an explosive substance.
Are genetic superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents. Specifically, it was a combination of his...
Dad's quirk is acid sweat. The acid-like sweat he secretes from his palms can be ignited and detonated. Oh.
His father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's glycerin skin secretions.
Mom's quirk is glycerin. She has persuasive qualities to thank for good skin. So young looking. Okay, I see. If he sweats explosive substances, couldn't he store and utilize it later? Yes. That is legitimately something he does in the anime.
Making Bakugo sweat basically
The sweat glands on my palms secrete something like nitroglycerin. That's how I make my explosions.
like
Yeah, see?
nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, yeah, the bigger the booms. His parents basically made the perfect kid, absolutely oozing with shonen main character energy.
Bakugo felt similarly. So much so
But he's got sweaty palms. Anyone ever remember Spy Kids? Shouldn't this guy have a bunch of warts?
that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah, okay, he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
The kabooms! They're so cool.
Quirks are a natural biological feature of a person's body, in the same way that we don't really think.
Gotta think of it more evenly. I still think of mine in terms of using and or not using. For Katchan and the others, quirks are as natural as breathing. Yeah.
About walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speeds, which requires a
He timed all those explosions just so he could get caught by Todoroki's left hand. He's feeling him out. He hones his battle instincts with every fight. Yes.
ton of focus and on-the-fly calculations.
And despite getting this incredibly dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else that we know of. Bakugo was
That we know of. Not for a lack of trying, mind you.
truly a prodigy, destined for greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass Japan's numero uno superhero and his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind, the only person who wins no matter what. Absolute victory. No problem for the main character.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That would be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity.
That's what always pissed me off about you. I'd pound you again and again, but you'd keep sticking around. Yep. Not the main protagonist, no. He was the main protagonist in his own story, but unfortunately for him, Izuku was the protagonist of the main story, which is one thing I'm not always a fan of when it comes to anime, is just the main character situation is just extremely strong. But it's fine, it's fine. But that's also one of the things I really didn't like very much about the main My Hero Academia franchise, is that the entire idea of it was supposed to be, you can be a hero. Doesn't matter if you were born without the abilities, without the skills, without the given, gifts. You can be a hero. You can do the thing you wanted. But then, unfortunately, Izuku was given the right time, the right place, the right conditions, and the right person, and was given one of the strongest quirks in the entire show. I say one of them, because there's a lot of really good quirks. And without that quirk, he would not have been able to do the things he does. He was flat out told, no, you cannot be a hero because you do not have a quirk. Which is dumb, because then we find Knuckle Duster running around beating people's asses in with literally just knuckle dusters and no quirk.
Despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school, UA High.
There, he would learn to be
Quirk explosion. Nitroglycerin like sweat. Quirk factor in palms. Can be detonated remotely. Support gear. Grenadiered bracers. Grenades. Suppressive heavy mobile unit. Strafe Panzer. Ultimate moves. Turbo speed. Stun grenade. Explodapult. Nice. That's a great name. That's a great name for an attack. Oh my god, I love that name. Armor piercing shot, howitzer impact. That was a really cool attack, I'm not gonna lie. And cluster.
A superhero and fully develop his ultimate moves.
Like flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed, blinding people with stun grenade, focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart when it comes
Kaboom. He is kind of a nepo baby at that point to a degree, but he does put in a lot of work after that. Small loan of $1 million. Yes. No, that is exactly what happened. And once again, it is right place, right time, and he did put in the right amount of effort, but once again, it's not that he's going from 0 to hero, he is going from 0, getting grabbed by the ankles and yeeted 30 feet, and then he goes the rest of the way to hit hero. It's not... if they had made Deku be able to become a hero by his own merit, without a quirk, for the entire series, and become #1, that I think it would have been a better story. But, at the same time, I can understand why they didn't want to do that, because it's not as flashy, and it's not as fun, but I think that would have been better. Bakugo was told he was superior and amazing all his life, and when he finds out he's not the strongest, yeah, superiority and inferiority complex shows a lot. Yes, very much. That's what fanfictions are for. I don't really read too much fanfictions, considering most fanfictions just devolve into someone putting something in somebody else's butt.
to strategizing mid-fight. He even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development by preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for prolonged bouts, or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up strong.
Your costume must guard against the cold and generate heat, yeah? Since your sweat glands serve as weapons, it only stands to reason that... What a great modification. I don't want to hear your praise either. He's eating the chat bubble. So good. You could also look at it like this. Tenacity and effort leads to opportunities. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Deku got what he got by showing he had the drive to utilize it correctly. Yeah. Final version of his costume is better. I believe it.
Stronger attacks. Or the Strafe Panzer. These badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut.
I never saw that one. But that's interesting. That's really cool. Oh, right. I never actually remember what his actual hero name ended up being. Literally just shoulder-mounted machine guns. Yeah, powered by his own sweat. Gamer girl bathwater, but explosive.
The bombshell hero, great explosion murder god, dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more
dynamite. Great explosion murder god. That is so good.
the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations. He had the makings of a great hero, if only he could get out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of...
Oh yeah, his ego was so bad. So bad. Like, it was comically bad how shitty this kid's ego was.
Villains,
it's
ultimately leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to change.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow,
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough...
Well, now he can catch light beams, so he's as fast as Shigaraki, right? That's gonna be a problem. That's always been kind of my problem with anime, that the creators are very often born main characters, while I like more working for the skills they have. I've tried 3, which I know isn't... I'm going to have to wait till I try again, because the ones I've seen had all pretty bad writing, and it was just, oh my god, this guy is so cool, and main character-y. Don't you love it? Yeah. That's been happening a lot recently in anime. The main character just already has all their powers and abilities, and it's no longer about that character, it's just about the world around them, which is a different way of looking at it, and is good in its own right. It's just, I like the zero to hero sort of thing.
Enough to survive, well...
Being dead? Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail. And then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart. If that isn't main character...
While Edshot was able to stitch Bakugo's injured organs back together, it was explicitly Bakugo's miniature explosions that restarted his heart and revived him. Oh. Oh. That's cool. That's very circumstantial, because it's his sweat and not his blood that explodes, and if there was too much of that boom in there, then that probably could have just exploded his entire heart, but, you know, he lived.
Plot armor? I don't know what is.
His stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him.
Ooh.
After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with...
Yeah, that's true. They're big booms, and he's just kind of like, I can take it. I can take it. I think one of my favorite main protagonists is Luffy. Dude has a fruit you would think was crappy power, but he makes it awesome. Oh yeah, that's a whole different conversation with Luffy. And he's good not because of that, but because of other reasons. But that's for another conversation.
The overuse of his blasts literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger. Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning achievement in the field of explosionology, or Kaboom Theory for the layman.
Powerful
Kaboom Theory.
enough to shatter the side of a mountain, or blow apart Uehai itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is
What does that mean? How big is that?
explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is.
Thank you. They use this phrasing all the goddamn time. Like, literally all the goddamn time. Oh, they have enough power to generate X amount of megatons of TNT, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, thank you, that's a number. What does that mean?
It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of trinitrotoluene,
a chemical compound
That's a word.
composed of hydrogen, nitrogen...
TNT is occasionally used as a reagent in chemical synthesis, but it is best known as an explosive material with convenient handling properties. The explosive yield of TNT is considered to be the standard comparative convention of bombs and asteroid impacts. Okay.
Oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for
Tons of TNT is a unit of measurement often used in real world to describe the energy contained in high-yield explosives like nuclear bombs. It can be useful to measure particularly powerful feats from fictional characters. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me just do that. Do this, do that. Do this. Many tons of TNT in a nuclear bomb. Okay, so a nuclear warheads yield are measured in tons of TNT equivalent with modern warhead, typically ranging from 100 kilotons to over 1 megaton, or 1 million tons. The Hiroshima bomb was 15 kilotons, 15,000 tons, while the largest ever detonated, the Tsar bomba, was 50 to 58 megatons. Okay. Now, what was the number they gave us? We are at 612.
Cluster yielded over
318 kilotons of TNT versus the largest bomb, which was 50 to 58 megatons. Okay. 318 kilotons. Okay. So we're not in like nuke size. I mean, we are. This is like, what is that? 20 times the yield that hit Hiroshima. So that's a lot. That's a big boom. That's a real big boom. So
100 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is.
Oh, right.
It's
612.
literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms of 400 tons.
And these
Blowing up all in 1,000
There we go.
kilograms of trinitrotoluene.
a chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
That's the recipe for kabooms. Now, imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And
damn. And he didn't blow his own ass up?
these explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still around him.
Like when he covered a huge part of this city in a fraction of a second. Almost.
Distance from POV, 4.3 times 1008 over 34 times 2 times 10, 70 degrees divided by 2. Bakugo speed per frame. 2,340.82 meters per second. Wow.
400 times the speed of.
And yeah, that's a good point there, Folly. That means he's resisting the G-force. How? How is he resisting the G? I guess because he has the ability to withstand his own explosions. It gives him some sort of, like, resistance to this sort of thing. But, like, goddamn. His blood is propelled through his veins by explosions. Yeah, so they must be. They really must be.
Sound.
And that's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his.
But the cluster upgrade he devised came with a side effect even he himself wasn't aware of. With his sights set on victory, he kept storing those beads in the glands.
Body, not just his palm.
Until they were forced to find other exits and leaked out all over his body. Oh, that's not good.
With all of this crazy bullshit.
Feats blew up a mountainside, vaporized Wolframe's giant metal cubes, outsped Tokoyami's dark shadow, destroyed Uraraka's meteor shower, moved 300,000 miles per hour. Oh my god. Displaced the airborne UA high, helped defeat 9 while sharing 1 for all, defeated Deku, Kirishima, Todoroki, Serpent Twins, and All for One.
Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on Earth, enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch nemesis, All for One. Yeah, that's right, the main villain, who's the protagonist now, Deku.
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad.
Feeling inspired, huh? The great explosive murder god Dynamite is making a massive leap to number 5.
That got done.
But more important than proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever. Take that, losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! 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 Wiz, what happened to you?
Oh, ad time.
You look funny and squishy.
I'm over here, Boomstick. That's the new Deathbattle plushie from Vtube, and it's available to order right.
Oh, like the one they made of me a year ago. You got jealous, didn't you?
What? No, mine's way cuter. Look at it, and you can get one by clicking the link.
They forgot to color one of your arms.
Boomstick, I have a metal arm. I always have. Oh, and if you order it, there's a chance you might get a special version with a gold arm.
That's actually...
Oh no, we got gotcha. We got a gotcha. There's a gotcha system here, guys.
Kind of awesome.
You definitely want one.
Oh, fine. Yeah, I do, okay? Shut up about it.
Click the link below to order one for yourself. It's only available for a limited time, and after that, it will never be available again. So don't miss out.
All right.
Death, war, famine, conquest. Humanity has been plagued by all manner of ills since they first crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself is real, and they're called devils.
Literally devils from hell. These monstrous beings are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power is directly proportional to that fear.
So does that mean that there's a coffee devil for me? Hey, Free, aren't you from the ooze? Am I from the ooze? I'm an ooze, technically. I guess I'm not really an ooze. Because I'm not, like, Blurpy. But... yes, there is a coffee devil for me. Fuck!
Oh, the chicken devil might be so
My name's Bucky. I'm excited to befriend you all.
weak you could him as a class pet. Like, you know, a chicken. But what about the bat devil? Or the ghost devil? Or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons it's ever created? The bomb devil!
Little is known about the origins of the bomb.
That is one thing that I was really interested about with Chainsaw Man. The main villain, like, I don't know the entire series of Chainsaw Man, and I'm still watching it. I'm still watching the series. But as far as I know, like, the main antagonist that we have, besides, you know, the person that shall not be named because spoiler territories, is the gun devil. And they declare Reze, the bomb devil, as his subordinate. So does that mean more people are afraid of guns than they are of bombs? If Reze is the gun devil's subordinate? Which I guess makes sense. I mean, like, you can be afraid of a bomb, sure, but that's like being afraid of the sun, right? If it goes out, like, there's nothing happening, and it's just going, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Guns are far more accessible than a bomb is, which is fair. And thank God.
Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and co
Bomb Devil Hybrid. Height, around 5'5", 166 centimeters. Age, Country of origin, Soviet Union. Occupation, super soldier. Fair enough. Bilingual, Russian and Japanese. At one point, the author's favorite character. Ha! Likes coffee. Flowers and Denji. Sort of. Baka. It's more common thread. I mean, guns. Yeah. More people are around of guns more often. Afraid. Yeah. No. Yeah, I get it.
But she's actually a Soviet assassin trained from birth to be one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow. A cold and lonely existence for anyone, but quadruply so in a world as effed up as this.
But all Reze wants...
Which is interesting because they really made her look Japanese, I found in this one. I don't know. Maybe she was Japanese and just brought to the Soviet Union for training? Who knows? I'm not too sure. People are more likely to use guns versus 30 to 50 wild hogs than a bomb. True.
was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
Too bad! You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
Boom. So what would you guys choose? To be the country mouse or the city mouse? That's my question. That's what I want to know from everybody. Everybody in chat, everybody in the comments. Country mouse or city mouse?
At some point, the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the bomb devil and became a hybrid. A human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's. And with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like Reze would eat you.
I do really like her head. We need a third mouse? There is no third mouse. Your choices are country or city mouse. Why do I have to be a mouse? The proverb is basically, do you want to be a country mouse or a city mouse? The country mouse, the city mouse has access to a lot of really good foods, and they are pretty well safe. However, they have a much harder time getting home. Whereas the country mouse doesn't have as much access to foods and are a little bit more in danger. However, they have more access to safety. In a way. I believe that's how it works. You know what? I'm going to find out the actual country mouse versus city mouse. Explain. There it is. A classic Aesop fable that contrasts two distinct lifestyles. The simple, safe life of the countryside and the luxurious, dangerous life of the city. Okay. The country mouse visits the city. The visit. A city mouse visits his cousin in the country and finds the rustic life too dull and simple. The country mouse visits the city mouse, who treats him to a feast of fine foods like white bread and cheese. The danger. The feast is interrupted by cats and dogs, forcing the mice to flee for their lives. The decision, the country mouse returns to the countryside, deciding that a safe, simple life is better than a luxurious but dangerous one. That's it. Hi, I followed hours ago because I saw your Daniel Thresher reaction. Hey, thank you! Welcome. We're doing more reactions today. So yeah, it's basically, if you're a city mouse, it's more dangerous, but you have access to more. If you're a country mouse, you have access to less, but you're safer. Which one gives me access to bombs? Neither. Take me home to a place I can squeak. Yeah. Country mouse, take me home to a place I can squeak.
Alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself up. Reze can emit explosions.
Hybrid devil physiology, super strength, speed, and durability regeneration, blood drinking, explosions, long range, self-detonation, sparks, propulsive, weapon transformation, torpedoes, dynamite, and missiles, hand-to-hand combat.
Explosions from any surface of her body, even tearing off limbs and turning them into bombs that she can detonate at will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed of her blows.
Or Reze can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart
Okay, Roy Mustang.
entire cities, making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the area around her is dry enough to maintain ignition, Reze can create as many explosions as she wants, non-stop.
She can even
Humanity's fear of her not only enhances her explosive power, but her physical power as well. She was able to shrug off an attack from the Violence Fiend, who specializes in physical strength. True. Water is her weakness. Yeah.
turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
Like transforming her leg into a torpedo or her apron into dynamite. Every single inch of Reze is a living weapon.
This made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary, at least not compared to bombs, but the Chainsaw Devil is special.
Any devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality.
The devils that Chainsaw Man eats, their names are erased from existence, which is an interesting power. Why specifically the Chainsaw Devil? Is my question.
Retroactively erased from humanity's collective.
All of these once existed and were feared every bit as much as the devils with their names. Oh wait. SOA, AIDS, World War II. Arnolon Syndrome, nuclear weapons. The Mount Hero eruption. Oh, okay.
Consciousness.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for
And why did Sawatari want the Chainsaw Devil's heart?
any global power to control.
The terrorist attack was instigated from a former civilian devil hunter named Akane Sawatari. She made a contract with the Gun Devil and distributed guns to the Yakuza. They say that Sawatari demanded the Chainsaw Devil's heart as payment.
Except instead of meeting the fearsome chainsaw of legend, Reze met Denji, a dumb, horny teenage boy just looking for anyone to love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as
Man, it was so goofy watching these two having like their little love story. Denji spending the entire time kicking his own ass because he's like, no, I love the other girl, Makima. I can't remember her name. I like my boss. I want to go out with her. I want to be with her. I really like her. She's so pretty. Makima, thank you. I really want to be with Makima. She's the person I love the most, and blah blah blah. But this girl likes me, so that's I just like her now. Machinima.
tools of the state as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to her country mouse.
The town mouse gets to eat delicious food, but runs a higher risk of getting killed by humans or cats.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to
Yeah, she bit off his tongue. That was a little fucked up. Not gonna lie, bud.
manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing if not
Spoilers!
professional, and she gave Denji one parting gift to teach him the way devils did battle before he died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400 meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
2 kilotons of TNT. Okay. That is lower than Bakugo's. That is much smaller than Bakugo's.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs.
There's the trick. There's the trick. Oh. Hi, baby. She's not the devil of nuclear bombs. She's just the devil of bombs. So that's why her explosive yield is considerably smaller. That might be the reason why they're going to say Reze might not beat Bakugo.
That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Despite her bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to other powerful devils like the Gun Devil, who could travel across the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over
Jesus.
500 times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for Reze,
Feats. Fought evenly with Chainsaw Man. Explosion eclipsed most of Tokyo. Killed a devil hunter barehanded. Can fight while headless. Survived losing various limbs. Blitzed Denji several times. Did they ever? Feared by the Typhoon Devil, Fox Devil, and Violence Devil. Violence Fiend. Defeated Como, Kato, Beam, and much of the Devil Hunter Special Division 2. Pretty much, yeah. And specifically, their top brass.
Denji took her lessons to heart and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life.
Barely.
In case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
But it wasn't meant to be. Whether Reze chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold, unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
Okay, so based on everything we learned, I still think that putting them like in the same kind of vacuum, putting them into the exact same kind of universe, that would technically either buff Reze or nerf Bakugo. But keeping them at the same like power levels as they are in their respective universes, I think because of the way My Hero Academia works, Bakugo just has the edge because he can just apparently wield nuclear explosions the likes of it nobody has ever seen. Okay? Versus Reze, who is confined to the same power levels as like normal explosions, not high level explosions like nuclear bombs, which was killed and removed from existence like the nuclear warheads. So I think that's why they're what they're probably going to do. I'd still think that Reze should win, but I'm starting to feel like it's probably Bakugo.
The battle's about to start, and I hope you've got something good to hear these kabooms with, like our sponsor, Raycon.
That's right, Boomstick. I've been using Raycon for many years now, and they've got everything I need in good earbuds.
And with Mother's Day coming up, this is the kind of gift she'll actually use.
Such as Raycon's Essential Open Earbuds. They're open ear so she can listen to music or podcasts while doing other things.
Like going for a morning walk, running errands, or driving her rocket-powered dune buggy. You know, mom stuff.
The sound stays clear and balanced without feeling closed off from your surroundings, which is such a win-win.
But if that's not enough for you, Raycon's got a bunch of other cool stuff for sale, so I'm sure you'll find something for her. Or for you.
Celebrate the moms in your life. Go to buyraycon.com/deathbattleopen to get 15% off the Essential Open Earbuds.
Thanks for sponsoring Death Battle, Raycon. We wouldn't be able to have these amazing animations without you.
Go to buyraycon.com/deathbattleopen to get 15% off the Essential Open Earbuds.
Okay, I just kind of gave them the entire promo. Just me dancing in the corner there. There you go. There you go. That's me helping you get your promotions. Make sure you go check out the original video. Check out their Raycon promo if you need to get yourself some new earbuds. You were jamming. Oh yeah, no, it was good music. It was fun music. All
right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Also, quick little prediction, because they always have one of the things... I'll probably look at that later. You guys know how they always put like the 4 categories or 5 categories or something like that the people kind of like excel at and blah, 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 blah. One of the categories is almost always battle experience. They are going to give it to Bakugo. I guarantee you they're going to give that to Bakugo. Even though Reze is a trained super soldier, they're going to give it to Bakugo because he has this innate ability to constantly be watching the battlefield and tempering his capabilities to it. Ooh. Oh, they're just going straight at it right out the gate. Fair enough.
I've been sent to collect your head, Dynamite.
Better
Nice.
than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin.
How would I tell them that if I was already dead?
Whee! Just that was clean. That was some clean animation in the background there. Wait for it. Look at that. I really like that. That's fun. Doopy doopy doop. She twirling.
Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
Yeah. Oh, now we're in 2D. Wait, are they jumping between? Are they jumping between like media? That's different. He's got his machine guns.
Oh, damn!
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Okay, at this point, she's just going to blow herself up.
Oh, it's impact!
Boom. Wait, wouldn't she just be... Wouldn't she just be, like, straight up immune to explosions because she is just the explosion devil? That's my question.
Move it or lose it, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
Nom 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 nom. Oh, now we're going to the 3D. Oh.
Leave them out of this!
Oh, they are having so much fun with this. They are having a lot of fun with this. Oh my god.
For what it's worth, Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew! My blood isn't the only thing you drank! It's my sweat you should worry about, dumbass! I'm aiming for absolute victory! Howitzer! Impact! Cluster!
Yeah. Yeah, and there it is.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling they were going to do that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Reze would actually take the win on this one still. Just because he can make a bigger boom doesn't make him stronger. It really also depends on like their resistances. But let's hear their thoughts.
KO! Oh, Denji, we're so sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big booms. Boom! Boom!
Please just shut up.
Please just shut up. Reze would have buff from the people who watching the fight. Yeah, probably. But big buff, because not only are they afraid of her explosions, they're afraid of his explosions at the same time. Her drinking his sweat screwed her. That's the thing. I don't think it would have. Like, it would have been a pain in the ass for a moment because, yeah, it would have blown a limb off, maybe. But at the same time, like, I don't think it would have really caused that much issue for her.
On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched. So let's break this fight down into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
Surprising they're not using any battle experience for this one.
First up, let's talk speed.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they'd seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo fighting Shigaraki.
Which Shigaraki is bullshit. There is no reason Shigaraki should have been able to do the things that he was. He did not have this kind of capability. It was bullshit. That is what it is.
Who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster.
Yeah,
And that was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be forced to play catch-up in a duel. Speed goes to Bakugo.
However, speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Bakugo's durability is mind-boggling.
Yeah.
He's survived being impaled through the torso and has even brought himself back to life.
But, unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit a limit. Every explosion he makes whittles him down just a little bit more, and uses up more and more of his sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze can effectively create bombs without respite, and from a distance.
Unlike
Yep. Right. And that's the thing, like... And she doesn't even need to do it at a distance because she can blow herself up without any real consequence. The only thing that she needs in order to really be making more explosions is death. And guess what explosions are really good at doing?
Bakugo, who usually likes to get up close and personal.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor, allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag. Stamina goes to Reze.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The biggest factor in this fight was always going to be their raw firepower.
Explosion! First, we gotta compare their two biggest blasts. Reze's nuclear-like bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious. Based on calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100 times more powerful than Reze.
Yeah, which, once again, this is My Hero Academia inflating shit to an extreme degree because, you know, it's all about the flash. It's all about the flashies, right? Whereas Chainsaw Man is more grounded in a reality-based universe. It's kind of looking more at Marvel versus DC in that regard, right? Like, in Marvel, Batman would have a terrible time, let's be perfectly honest. But in DC, if you brought a Marvel character into DC, Batman would have no problems because, like, they'd be then stuck to the DC universe's laws. So, Batman would actually have a fighting chance at that point against some of them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think if we had put Reze into the My Hero Academia universe, she would just have the ability to blow up the fucking planet. Let's be perfectly honest here, okay?
Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's not all. Remember the Typhoon Devil?
Coughing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater than Bakugo, right?
Yeah.
But that's not all. Again, Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and way beyond anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power in his fight against All For One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
And remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil of all his blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
And devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times against Denji just to keep fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo.
Which, fair. I just fully want to know, like, what is their resistances to explosions themselves. Bakugo's never really taken an explosion to the face, as far as I know. Whereas Reze has, because she does it to herself. But once again, it is what it is. I do agree to some extent with their abilities. I thought for sure that Bakugo got one for all by the end of the series. Thought that's what happened. Deku transferred it over. But I don't know.
Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently, or perhaps at all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
The winner is Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite. Next
All right, what do we got next?
time on Deathbattle.
Okay. Brew versus Megamind.
Subscribe.
Fair enough. It was just in the movie? Oh, okay, fair enough. I never watched the end. I just kind of heard that there was a point where Deku was passing it over. Anyway, but yeah, that's Deathbattle. The next one's Groot versus Megamind. Excited to see that one. Once again, thank you to the Deathbattle crew for giving me my fighting chance on YouTube. You guys are great. And of course, this wonderful video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk to you later. What? Hey, did you enjoy that? Was it funny? Well, come and check it out live over on twitch.tv/freeform_art. Make sure you put the _art. We have lots of fun there. We enjoy ourselves, and we want to see you over there. So come on and hang out. See you in a bit.